let's talk about your time at the Wall.
Yes.
How was that?
I love them.
Yeah?
I love them. I loved my time there.
Yeah.
From the beginning until the last game.
Yeah.
It was like, that is one of the most positive experiences that I don't have a bad word to say about the Wall.
So how did you get into it then?
So I was on my level 2.
Yeah.
And there was a guy there called Lawrence that was on my level 2.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was doing my level 2, there was only like 4 of us women, I think, at the time, or 3 of us maybe. But I was not only was I one of the only women, I was one of the only coaches that were working in, like, with older age groups.
Mm-hmm.
So I think at the time, I was maybe working with under 18 boys, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So Lawrence, I met Lawrence on the course. Now Lawrence is really, if they're not related, he's really close with Percy.
Oh, okay.
And they were looking for a coach, basically, to add to Sace and Leon.
Yeah.
And Lawrence recommended me. So from my delivery on the course, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So you didn't know them before you got there? Oh.
No. So Lawrence just recommended me.
Okay.
And then Percy called me.
Yeah.
And then me and Percy spoke.
Yeah.
Then it was like, we're the same age, we grew up in the same area. So it's like a natural like bond, basically.
Yeah.
And then they invited me down to they were doing like a summer session.
Yeah.
So I went down just to watch the session. Sace was delivering.
Yeah.
And literally within maybe like 30 minutes of me being there, Sace says to me, so what's your thoughts on possession-based football?
Okay.
Yeah? And I was like, I'm here for it, but I just want possession with purpose.
Yeah.
I don't just want to keep the ball for keeping the ball's sake.
Yeah.
I want to keep the ball with an intention.
Yeah.
Sace said, I like you. That was it.
That was it.
That was it.
Tested you on the spot.
Yeah. And and then I went to a pre-season friendly, I think it was against Grand.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sace asked me, like, at half time, like, do you want to, like, give any pointers, basically? So I maybe said, like, 1 or 2 things.
Yeah.
That was it. And then I was there after that.
From the outside looking in, it's like you became pretty much the main figure in that management team. Obviously, Sace was there and Leon as well. But the players like really bought into you. I had this conversation with Cecil when Cecil was like, Sian's the best manager that I've worked with, and he's played at non-league and all this of it. Genuinely said that.
From Cecil.
Yeah. But yeah, it just genuinely seemed like you was a family unit.
Yeah, I mean, the whole, like, I say, like, me being the main focal point, again, a lot of that was coincidental. The players did buy into me. I would give myself a little bit of credit there.
Yeah.
But there was also, especially in like the last part of the season that I was in, Leon had left and Sace was away a lot because he was like at conferences and events, and you know Sace is like political activist, do you know what I mean? So Sace was doing a lot of like groundwork, which meant that I ended up managing a lot of games by myself, basically. Yeah. So that kind of like cemented it, really. But I suppose, like, as a management team, we just brought different things.
Yeah.
Sace has got a lot of experience in all areas. Do you know what I mean? He's got a lot of experience. Sace coached me. Do you know what I mean? Like when I used to play London Youth Games when I was a child.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah. So Sace has been coaching for a long, long time, and he's coached some big names.
Yeah.
And then Leon coached, I think, at like Greenhouse, I think it was like a men's team or whatever. So Leon's kind of been like Sace's like
number 2
right-hand man.
Yeah.
So Leon's just got a lot of general experience and general football fan, and he's really good at like, I'd say like motivating the players and getting them to just like, I suppose Leon's really good at holding players accountable for stuff. And then Sace had a lot of like on the grass experience. Mine was more from like a tactical perspective.
Yeah.
So we all brought different things to the table.
Yeah.
I think I was just the final jigsaw to the puzzle. So it felt like, okay, we might need tactics from her, experience from this person, and accountability from this person. Yeah. And then it was just like a beautiful 3-way experience, basically.
Yeah, no, it was good. What would you say was your best game or the most memorable game that you had at the Wall? Because one that sticks out to me is you played Lambeth All-Stars, right?
Lambeth is definitely up there.
I was going to say, where you were so motivated to beat one of your old teams and old friends and all the rest of it. That kind of
Lambeth and the Hatch Lane game. That was in my final game.
Yeah,
that was
last
the
starts.
2.
Yeah.
The Lambeth game was like, I mean, before I went to the wall, so like I grew up with Windsor basically. Like we go way back.
Yeah.
So I was helping him out for like a couple of games. But I wouldn't really say I had a place at Lambeth. Like Lambeth didn't do anything to me. Do you know what I mean? It just didn't fit.
Yeah.
So it was like the players were really stuck in their ways at that point. Yeah, it was like, and there was a lot of like bad habits, and it was like I can help, but I don't think this is the place for me to truly make a difference.
Yeah.
And then the wall rang.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it was just like, I feel like I can actually like make a difference here.
Because they just started, so again, it's easier to kind of implement your style when people are just starting out, right?
Yeah, I mean, when I went to the wall, we were in Alperton and Bromley Senior, which was the league below the one that Lambeth were in.
Yeah.
And at the time, I think like Kennywell was there, Portland was there, obviously Dons were there. So we were in the league below. So when I joined the wall around Christmas time, we got promoted out of that league in the season that I joined.
Yeah.
And then we went up to Alperton and Bromley. And it was like, the Lambeth players there, it's a lot of like non-league vets. Not vets, that's a strong word. But they've been around for a long time, basically. Even not even just non-league, there was ex-pros in there.
Yeah.
So it was like, I think it was just more difficult to kind of like...
Do you ever get that though? Like, do they not look down upon you, but again, like they say, oh, who's this young girl that's trying to tell me what to do? I've been in this game
I don't think it was that, you know. Like,
no, but I'm just saying in general, not from them. I'm just saying in general.
You get that. You get that, but if you want me to be honest, a lot of that is in your own head anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like, I might be thinking that they're trying to talk down to me, but within about 15 minutes, once the players know that you're not talking shit, basically, you'll be all right.
Yeah.
It's when the players can pick out that what you're saying, it making sense.
Like if you're a fraud or not. Like.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? The players, especially good players, they'll find you out.
Yeah.
So I think, it was like leaving Lambeth. I say leaving, I wasn't really there, but I was there for like 2 games. And then I went to the wall. And then it was kind of like, I kind of just got the feeling, that it was like, she's good, but is she better than us?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that was like, not only do I need to prove that I'm good, I need to prove that I can beat you.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So it was like, actually, I'm never going to, on paper, Lambeth had better players than us. Yeah. I'm never going to take that away. Lambeth didn't put out a weak side, you know?
Because is that the Lambeth team that had Gondo?
Gondo didn't play that day.
Okay. Who else was?
Bass played.
Bass. Mikey. Or Mike, sorry.
No, Mike's didn't play that. Did Mike's play that day? I don't think Mike's played that day.
Winge, did he play himself?
Winge played. Merrick played.
Yeah. So it's a strong team then. You didn't beat. You know when people try and use that excuse, oh, you only beat us because X, Y, Z.
No, but they didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't. In all fairness, they didn't say, oh, you put out a like they held their loss.
Yeah.
It was a good win. Like me and Win just spoke after the game.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was just like genuinely.
Yeah.
And I'm not blowing my own trumpet here. I tactically got that right.
Yeah.
That was it. I just tactically got it right. Sometimes you just got to hold the L. I got it right on the day. Because the second game we drew 1-1. Yeah. But that first win was like. Do you know what that was? I think that was the win that kind of put us on the map. Talk to us nicely now. Things can get done. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So, the Lambeth game and the Hatch Lane game. Yeah. That win was like...
Cecil was on smoke that game.
Cecil lit up that game.
When I was speaking to him, he was like, what came over you? He's like, I had to do it for Sian. I was like, okay.
Yeah,
like,
and it felt like that. It really felt like they was like, Sian, this one's for you. And listen, like this is why I would never, ever take away my experience at the wall, because we're talking about a group of players, and Sace and Leon, who I spent my whole pregnancy there. Yeah. My whole pregnancy. Do you know what I mean? These lot was putting on my boots for me. Yeah. There's a point when you're pregnant, you can't even bend down. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So they was putting on my boots for me, taking off my boots for me. They're bringing chairs for me. Yeah. They carried everything for me. Yeah. There were times when I'm literally on the sideline and my son's kicking me. Yeah. They were there. Do you know what I mean?
He's kicking with you on the sideline.
Yeah, they really looked after me. Do you know what I mean? When I was pregnant, and even before that pregnancy, I miscarried while I was at the wall, and they knew. Do you know what I mean? They were by my side, man. So it's like, I will never, that is a good group of people in general. And, you know, even, listen, there's loads of things about the wall that people don't know, man. Like, there's a player in the wall that lost his son, who was only, not his son, sorry, his daughter. She was my son's age, I think now. Do you know what I mean? So, and we all chipped in to send the family on holiday. Do you know what I mean? It was bigger than football, man. There was like, we was at the funeral. Do you know what I mean? Like there was moments where like, we really came through for each other outside of ball. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And I only met these players at the wall. Wow. Do you know what I mean? But I've given out here, take £100 or whatever it is that I can't even remember now. Do you know what I mean? But like, that club is bigger than just what you saw. Yeah. There was personal moments, do you know what I mean, that we were all there for each other.
So when you obviously heard the news about them folding, like, how did you feel? I'm still shocked, because again, it's not like it's not a well-run club, in my eyes anyway, because again, you get some of these run-of-the-mill teams that they fly-by-night sort of thing, like obviously production-wise on point, obviously management on point, players. So what happened? Why is it?
I was disappointed that they folded, because I kind of felt like after all of the hard work we'd done, especially winning that game against Hatch Lane, it was like, go and finish the job now, boys. Do you know what I mean? Go and finish the job. So like, it was disappointing to me. Do you know what I mean? I felt like I didn't want it. I didn't want that for them. Do you know what I mean? I didn't want them to fold. I didn't want that. I wanted them to go and do what they deserved to go on and do.
Is it down to commitment then? This is just...
I think it was a bit of, I think it was a bit of commitment from the players. It's difficult because I don't really know, because I wasn't there. So it's like I left and then they went on like this 7-game losing streak. Yeah. So you might hear little things that tactically we missed you and something just didn't click, and I don't know. Like I went to the next game, the under the radar game that they lost the week after the Hatch Lane game, and it just felt different. It'd only been a week. Do you know what I mean? And I was just like, something, I don't know, it was like we went from that Hatch Lane game with like 18 players, I think I've all had to tell someone they can't play, to like a bare 12. So it was like overnight. So
you was a big jigsaw then?
Well,
you can say it, you know.
Yeah, but I also don't want to take responsibility for the fact that they folded.
So basically, they folded because of Sian. Right, I've got my clickbait title.
No,
yes,
I'm not having that. Like, I'm not having that. I'm not taking the blame for that. Yeah. So I think it was just commitment. I don't know. Because for me, I felt like, I think they let themselves down. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? After that big Hatch Lane game that we grafted through to win, I don't know, man. They just let themselves down.
See, guys, come on. Get yourselves together.
Yeah, but it's what, isn't it? The players will disperse now. So.
Yeah. So that means you're free on a Sunday then, yeah?
I'm not free.
What do you mean you're not free?
I'm not free on a Sunday because I'm taking on a new gig.
I mean, you might have a bit of time here and there.
A bit of time?
Yeah.
No. Nah, I ain't got no time. I'm at Grand.
You're at Grand? Hold on. This is breaking news.
It is breaking news. It might be announced today though.
Okay.
But I've got permission to tell them, to say.
Okay.
So they know I'm going to come here and say.
All right. So
yeah. So
potentially
you'll be the first platform to know.
Okay, so you just ruined my next question because I was going to link you to the SE Dons job. You know, I tried to do my Fabrizio Romano, here we go, but you're ruling yourself out of that job.
I'm at Grand.
You're at Grand. Okay.
Yeah, that's where I'm going to be next season.
Oh, of course, it comes. George. Okay, makes sense now. But again, they didn't have the best of seasons either. So.
No, they didn't. They had a really bad season.
So hold on, are you going to do some recruiting from the wall, like?
Of course. Of course.
So you just it makes sense.
I'm only gonna take about 3 or 4 though.
3 or 4? You might as well take them all. They're not doing anything.
No. I don't want them all. Respectfully. Wow. I don't want them all because then it's the wall all over again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's Grand have got good players, you know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They've got good players.
Oh, they won the London Cup.
Yeah, they've got good players. Yeah. They just didn't have a manager.
Yeah. Do you
know what I mean? Once Ahmet left.
Yeah.
Then I think they had someone else in for a bit. It just hasn't stuck. So they just need leadership. That's all.
Okay, they needed you.
They just needed me.
There you go. There we go. So obviously bringing Bass in, yeah?
Bass is coming.
Of course. How many shirts is that going to be, Bass? Okay.
You know what I mean? 6 clubs are gonna phone him.
Yeah.
He'll probably play for 4 of them in pre-seasons.
Yeah.
But Bass is coming.
Bass is coming. Okay. and you're going to be in the SFL still.
Yeah.
What do you make of that league?
I quite like the format. It's different.
Yeah.
I like the fact that, you know, like you're basically still playing for something until the very end.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because if you get fourth, then you get, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's like they're
playoffs.
still, yeah, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I think it's tough that they only play once though.
Yeah, I think from a fan's point of view, I want to see the get back. So for example, if you lose to a team in there, you want the reverse fixture to be like, okay, there's something on the line as opposed to...
Yeah, but I understand the concept behind why they only play once, because it was meant, because of the standard, it was meant to be every other week that you play. But obviously once you enter into cups now, the cup games fill those weeks basically.
But from a lot of teams I'm hearing that if you get out of a cup
you're playing every other week.
Well, you're not. Because sometimes you don't have any fixtures in your timetable for weeks. So
yeah, but then that's just a you problem. Do you know what I mean? If you get knocked out of a cup and you're complaining that you don't have football after you've been knocked out of the cup, then don't get knocked out of the cup.
Okay, fair enough. But again, Grand Athletic, okay.
Yeah.
So what, you coming for all the titles then, yeah?
If I can do it.
No. Talk that talk, come on.
No, if I can do it.
Well, you can have the players though, right?
I'm going to go for it.
Yeah.
I'm certainly going to dust the kitchen sink.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to go for it.
All right. And who are you bringing in management-wise? So you're the gaffer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just me. Sedi's going to come over.
Yeah.
And I'm still deciding, basically. So I've had a chat with Sace.
Yeah. So roles will be reversed then?
Well...
Or is it kind of a joint management experience?
Yeah, we just need to figure it out, basically. But I think the fit is different in terms of the wall. The wall players are just a different kettle of fish. Do you know what I mean? Than Grand.
In what sense?
A lot of the Grand players play at a high level.
Yeah.
So they need to be able to buy in to a manager. I've got to bear in mind the personalities need to fit. Sace is also very busy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's very, very busy.
Yeah.
So before I bring anyone in, I need to know the monster that I'm walking into, basically. Yeah. So I loved working with Sace. Do you know what I mean? I absolutely adored working with Sace.
Yeah.
But I need to make sure that the fit is right before I make the final call to Sace.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because what I don't want to do is bring Sace in and
it's a shit show, basically.
And he doesn't gel well with the players, or the players don't gel well with him.
Yeah.
And I haven't even gelled with the players properly.
Yeah.
So before I bring someone in, I need to know what I'm walking into. Before next thing you know, we're 2 weeks in and Sace is like, why have you brought me here? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I just need to make sure that the call is right, basically. So as it stands, it will be myself. Sedi's coming in, but Sedi's like hype man, basically. Do you know what I mean? So
that's good banter on the sidelines and that.
Yeah. But as it stands, I'm going to keep it to myself.
Okay.
And then I will make the call at the right time that it needs to be made.
Okay, so you got your little Rootz exclusive there. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.